Having 90% of my income minus the 10% that's been given to God rightfully goes so much farther than the 100% that I used to keep for myself and spoil away. My name is Matt Johnson. I've actually been going to Montgomery Community Church since, I was in 6th grade. I'm a mechanical designer. Currently I work for Hill-Rom, based in Batesville, Indiana. I'm the father of Tyler. He's a 7-year-old son, and recently got engaged to my fiance, Kim. My past isn't very pretty, particularly as it comes to money and my struggle with trying to understand what God wants me to do with my money. And maybe that's an interesting point that I say it is my money, and the realization over time that it's God's gift to me, and He's asked me to be a steward with the money. I was raised in a military family, had its goods and bads, and we traveled an awful lot. But I don't recall money being a big part of my childhood. Certainly didn't struggle for money, but nor was I aware of its implications or its problems. I took my paycheck each week and I used it as if it were mine. It just seemed to disappear. If it was fast food or soda at work or just going out with the guys, it just seemed like the money was gone at the end of the week. You know, the same analogy was true with my life. I felt like just like the checkbook was empty, so was I. As I became a young adult and got my first job, I never thought twice about what I considered to be my money. When God really began to convict my heart, I did seek out some counsel from church, some godly counsel on finances. And I enrolled in a one-day class on a Saturday morning here at the church of the Good Sense Finance Workbook. I did the Crown Financial Ministry Bible Study, and that's a multi-week study that's extremely biblically based, and it talks about money and how we're supposed to use it for Christ. God had really been convicting me for a long time, and I really heard His challenge in the scriptures when He says, try me on this and see if I don't just throw open the floodgates of heaven to you. I had been working as a contractor, and then the contract expired. I found myself without a job again and said, man, this last paycheck, I better keep it. And God said, nah, man, I need your tithe. I need you to trust me. And I did. I really took it as a challenge and said, God, I don't have it to give, but if you're really promising to bless me in those ways, I'll take you up on a challenge. If nothing else, a challenge. I'd been interviewing for jobs and had been on a second interview. I was to hear about that job on the given day, and I didn't hear about it. And I called at lunchtime, and they told me that they'd given the position to somebody else. I said, God, why? You know I need the job. God just said, do you still trust me? And I said, yeah, God, I'm gonna give my tithe. And driving home from work, I got a phone call. And the gentleman said, do you know Solid Edge? And are you looking for a job? And it caught me so off guard. Solid Edge is the software that I've designed in for 7 years. It's my most comfortable platform to work in. And I said, and yes, I just lost my job. My contract ended. And within a week, through interviewing, I did take a position at this new company. I had accepted a monetary number from this other company 5 days before. God provided this job, and the annual pay was $8,000 more than what I was ready to accept just 5 days sooner. And call it what you want, God's been faithful and has really began and continues to turn me into a cheerful giver, one that gives out of wanting God's kingdom to be advanced, and just seeing how God blesses me in the end through being faithful to Him.